Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Amar and I'm calling from Canada.
Nice to meet you.
So yeah, I was just listening to the conversations you guys were having, and I just had a quick question. No, I have like few questions, so wanted to ask. So you
Yeah.
guys were arguing about the hadith of the prophets and whatnot, and I wanted to know what's your belief system with the when it comes to the hadith, because it looks like you don't believe in hadith.
Which hadith?
Hadith of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wa.
Does the Prophet has a hadith?
I mean, the Quran tells us that ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa
So
ulil
that
amr
means hadith.
Habibi. Okay, the Quran says ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul. Obey Allah and obey the Prophet. How do you obey the Prophet?
Did the
Obey
verse say prophet or did it say Rasul?
Habibi. Okay, who is the verse talking about here?
No, be specific. Did the verse says Nabi or does it say Rasul?
It says Rasul.
Good. Rasul and Nabi, is it the same duty?
Technically, no, but in other sense,
I don't need.
Prophet.
I ask a simple question. Rasul and Nabi, are they the same duty?
No, okay, let's say they're not the
Okay,
same.
so let's stick to the verse. Did the verse say Nabi or Rasul?
Okay. First of all, we have to understand who the verse is talking about. The verse is talking about the Prophet. Both you and I agree that the verse was talking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
No,
wa.
it's not.
How is the verse not talking about the Prophet?
Can you recite the verse?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. Fa in tanaza'tum fi shay'in farudduhu ila Allah wa Rasul.
So where does it say Nabi in that verse?
No, no. Okay, first of all, we agree. I don't know your belief, but I agree the verse is talking about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa. So I just want to know if you do not believe the verse is talking about the Prophet.
Do you know what led us to this issue of this verse?
No.
I only ask you, you mentioned Atiullah wa Atiur Rasul. Then I say, does that mean the hadith?
And I said, and I just explained it to you. Ati Allah, how do you obey how do you obey Allah?
No, you could wait. The burden of proof is not on me to answer anything right now. First of all, you are the one doing the answering because you quoted a verse.
Yeah. So I'm
wait. You have to answer by clarifying what you have quoted.
Okay,
First.
okay. I'm gonna answer that. Okay, Ati Allah. Ati Allah. Who is Allah? How do we know Allah? We find Allah from the Quran. That's why Allah says Ati Allah. So obeying Allah, we cannot find Allah anywhere else. There's nowhere else we can find Allah except from the Quran. Because our logic cannot find Allah. We only can find Allah through the Quran. So Ati Allah, the verse didn't even clarify where you can find Allah, but Ati Allah is from the Quran because we believe that the Quran is authentic and the Quran is from Allah, and Allah has made a promise inside the Quran that He's going to protect His word. So finding Allah, you have to find Allah from the Quran. So Ati Allah, why Ati Allah? We only find Allah through the Quran. Wa Ati Rasul. How do we find it? How do we obey the Prophet? You cannot obeying the Prophet. There are lots of things the Prophet has done which we cannot find in the Quran. So obeying the Prophet can be found from his
Amar.
Yeah.
Did the verse says obey the Prophet or does it say obey the messenger?
Habibi, okay. Habibi, you're going around the bush. The verse is talking about the Prophet.
Brother, you are the one going around the bush.
No, okay.
Listen to intellectual statement here.
Yeah.
The Quran clearly says Atiu Rasul. You are saying
Prophet Muhammad is Rasul. Prophet Muhammad is Nabi.
Wait. I ask you prior to this, the prophet and the messengership duty, are they the same? You said no.
No, they're not.
Good. So if they are not, which of the words did God use? Did he use Nabi or did he use Rasul?
For here, it doesn't really matter because the verse is talking about the Prophet Muhammad. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the verse is talking about the Prophet Muhammad. So,
Brother,
yeah.
can I ask you a simple statement before we move on?
Yeah, go on.
Can you ever find a single verse in the Quran where it says Atiullah wa Atiul Nabi?
No, because Rasul and Nabi is different. And Prophet Muhammad is Nabi, Prophet Muhammad is Rasul. Prophet Muhammad is Rasul.
Can you listen to yourself now?
Yeah, I can listen to myself.
Akhi, ya Habibi, don't play that game. You said no. Listen. You said no because the duty of the prophet is different from the duty of the messenger.
Yeah.
So then why is it that God says Atiullah wa Atiul Rasul? You are still putting prophet there? Are you listening to yourself?
No, I'm not putting prophet there. I'm just saying that Atiullah wa Atiul Rasul is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, you are not talking to a daycare nursery kid here. Everybody knows the prophet is a messenger and a prophet at the same time. But let's stick to the verse you are quoting to make an evidence.
Exactly. That verse I quoted is talking about the prophet.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, who is it talking about? I want to know.
The messenger.
Which messenger? Who is the messenger?
The messenger of God.
Which messenger? Because the
Stupid question.
How is this stupid? Because if you see the message, you're not saying anything. You're not
mentioning the name Muhammad in the verse.
Habib, there are lots of verses in the Quran that doesn't mention Muhammad, but it's talking about the prophet.
Don't bring Muhammad out of the equation. Stick to the title. The title says Rasul. Make your statements. Let's go. Stop confusing the narrative. Dude, are you the ones going to explain the book of God now?
No, we don't. I cannot.
So let God explain his own book.
The book of Allah can only be explained by Allah and the Prophet.
So then let Allah explain his own book. Stop putting your heebie-jeebies inside. God says, Atiullah wa Atiul Rasul. Who is a Rasul? In English, it means messenger.
Okay, is the prophet not a messenger?
Oh my God. Dude, do you know what led us to this heebie-jeebies you are doing now?
No, I don't.
The only thing you made is the Hadith claim. And I said, where in the Quran does it say we should follow Hadith? Then he quoted this verse.
Okay. Listen to my question. My question is very simple. The Quran says, obey Allah and obey the messenger. Okay, I'm going to use your narrative. Obey Allah and the messenger. How do you obey the messenger? Do you obey the messenger from the Quran? No. The messenger gives order. Okay, how do you pray? I believe you believe in prayer because the Quran talks about three times of prayers in the Quran. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the verse. I don't have the Quran on me right now, but yeah, the Quran talks about three prayers. How do you pray? The Quran tells you to pray, but the Quran doesn't give you specific details on how to pray. That's why Allah orders you to obey the messenger. Because
does the Hadith give you specific details of how to pray?
Of course, Hadith gives you specific details from what the Prophet did. So Hadith is from actions of what the Prophet did.
Hadith. Brother, listen to me. Give me one single Hadith which mentioned the prayer from Iqama to Salam.
Iqama to Salah.
From the Iqama, I listen, from the Iqama up to the Salam. Give me one Hadith. Don't give me chunks of Hadith. One, which shows from beginning to end how the Prophet taught you how to do Salam.
Okay. I'm gonna explain something here for you.
I don't need explanation. Listen to the question.
I'm gonna, yeah, of course.
You made a claim. Listen, you made a claim.
Yeah, I made a claim. Yeah.
All I need is give me one single hadith which shows you the salat in detail from Iqama to Salam.
But if you're also okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna also use your logic from the Quran you only believe in. If you're gonna say you need a single,
I will give you.
Okay, wait. Can I speak?
Look,
can I speak?
I will give you. You speak, but listen. I said I will give you whatever you're asking for. Finish giving me the answer. then I'll give
Okay,
you.
listen, right now I don't like I'm not in a confined space to find the hadith for you, but the knowledge you're gonna the
Are
logic
you
you're trying to.
going to give me the hadith or not?
Okay, let's say I don't have a hadith right now to give you.
Can you go and search it and come back? I'll wait for you.
Oh no,
Go and
Habib,
search the
we
hadith.
can
No, no, no,
listen.
Habibi, come down, come down, come down. Habibi, I don't have all the time in the world. Go and
No,
search it. And come back.
look, listen. I can. Okay,
Habibi,
let me confirm something for you. Let me
Habibi,
confirm something.
you are not going to confirm anything. Do you have the hadith or not?
Okay, let me say there's no from my knowledge of the Sunni sources, there is no single hadith from a Sunni source that quotes how to pray from beginning to end. Yes, I will tell
Are
you
you a
that.
Sunni or a
I'm not.
Shia?
I'm a Shi'i.
So why are you quoting Sunni for me?
I'm not quoting Sunni. I'm just saying there's no single when it comes to a Sunni source, like there's no single hadith that quotes prayers from beginning to end. There is no single one. Yes, of course
But
we
why
know that.
trying to insult the
Everything.
Quran with that statement?
What?
Why were you trying to insult the Quran with that statement? You said this is the hadith which taught you the prayer from beginning to end. Is that not what you said?
No, I said hadith is gonna teach you how to pray. That's what I said.
How then I ask you this proof. Show me one hadith which teaches you the prayer from Iqama to Salam.
Yeah,
How's
and
that?
I said, okay, I'm gonna answer you. There is no hadith that teaches prayer from Iqama to Salah. There is no hadith. There is no single hadith that teaches you a single hadith in compilation that teaches you prayers from Iqama to Salah. There is no.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Brother,
this one.
did you hear what you just said?
Yeah, this is common knowledge. Every single person knows that. There's no single hadith that teaches you how to pray from Iqama to Salah. Every single person knows this. Every single person knows this.
Thank you for your honesty.
But to say you're going to use that logic, okay, let's say the Quran usually talks about a certain issue. The Quran talks about a certain issue. It doesn't talk about it in one full verse. It talks about it in one chapter, goes on again in a different chapter to talk about the same thing, but gives more details in another chapter. That's how the hadiths work. When it comes to hadith, it doesn't give you a full source from beginning to end. It
But
gives you a
that's how
source.
the Quran also works. You don't know how that's how Quran works?
Yeah, that's what I just told you.
Yeah, so what is the problem? If the Quran also works that same way, what is your problem?
Yeah, so if the Quran works that same way, why would you reject hadith? Why would you say you need a proof from the hadith to call prayer from
Is
beginning
the
to end?
hadith the book of God?
No, hadith is not the book of hadith
Which
are the
one?
word.
Which
Hadith
one
are
is the word of God?
the word of God is the Quran.
Okay, which one are we supposed to follow?
We follow the word of Allah and obey the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
Where does God say you should follow the sayings of the Prophet?
I think I just gave you the verse. Ati Allah, Ati
No,
Rasul.
the verse I corrected you, it says Rasul, it didn't say the Prophet. Brother, please stop
It's
playing with
Muhammad
words.
not. It's Muhammad not a Rasul.
Can you show me a verse where it says Atiullah wa Atiu Muhammad?
Subhanallah. Habib, there are lots of verses in the Quran that talks
Can
about
you show me a verse where it says Atiullah wa Atiu Muhammad?
Okay, there's no verse that says Ati Allah, Ati Muhammad.
Thank you. Can you show me a verse where it says Atiullah wa Atiu Nabi?
Ati Allah, Ati Nabi. Yeah, there's no verse that says that talks
Thank
about.
you. Thank you
No,
for being
if you're
honest.
gonna use literal, I'm just giving you literal meaning. If
Look,
the literal meaning of what you're saying, there's no
the
single verse
Quran is
that talks about that.
Mubin. The Quran is Kitabim Mubin. What else do you want? Do you want us to go into Bataniya?
Okay. I'm gonna use your logic. The Quran has given us lots of the Quran has talked about lots of verses that says we should pray. How do you pray?
You want to know how I pray?
Yeah, I want to know how you pray. I legit
Tell me yours
I want
first.
to learn. Wallahi, I want to learn. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to do
tell me yours first. I will tell you.
I should tell you my what?
Tell me how you pray first. I'll tell you.
I pray with I start with the Iqama, then if I'm praying Fajr, I pray 2 rakah. If I'm praying Zohr, I pray 4 rakah. If I'm praying Asr, I pray 4 rakah. If I'm praying Maghrib, I pray 3 rakah. If I'm praying Isha, I'm praying 4 rakah.
Okay. Where did you get the rak'ats from?
Where did I get what?
The rak'at, where did you get them from?
I'm a believer of hadith, and I was given sources from hadith to say that this is how you need to pray and pray. Okay,
Please, had Sahih al-Bukhari 350. It says when the Prophet went to bring the 5 salats, the raka'at given to him was two raka'at. So that is 10 raka'at.
You see my live, my name on TikTok, a Shia live. I do not believe in lots of narrations from Bukhari. I do not take
And then
lots of
where did you get them from? Where did you get your raka'at and other things from? Where did you get it if you don't believe in hadith?
No, I didn't say I don't believe in hadith. I said I don't believe in some narrations from Bukhari and Muslim. That's what I just said.
What
I
about
believe.
the one I just mentioned? Sahih al-Bukhari 350. You don't believe that?
No, if we're gonna go into Bukhari, I reject lots of hadiths from Bukhari. Bukhari talks about the Prophet the Prophet was urinating standing. The Prophet slept with 11 women in one night. I do not believe in lots of things from Bukhari because I believe
So
yeah.
you also do cherry picking.
Not that I do when it comes to, that's why there's something we call ilm al-hadith. Ilm al-hadith, when it comes to ilm al-hadith, there are people who study hadith, sit down to check the sources of hadith, check the narrators of hadith, check their history, and if they find anything from that person, the person who narrated the hadith, if they find anything from his life that goes against the Quran, they reject his hadith. That's how hadith works.
Okay,
That's
that
how ilm
no
al-hadith works.
problem, brother. I love your honesty, Amar. I love your honesty. You are very honest with your argument. But anyways, what is your main argument now?
So my main argument is that to say we're only gonna work with the Quran to serve Allah is not gonna work. Wallah, because in the deen you need what the Prophet did. You need the actions of the Prophet. Because okay, the Prophet like the Quran talks about, it says لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُ اللَّهَ from the Prophet you would find good actions
He
and
doesn't say prophet.
okay, from the messenger, you would
Good.
find good actions from him. He has the best knowledge. How do we find the good actions? We only go to find the good actions from people who lived with the prophet and narrated from the prophet, and
You don't
it has
you don't
been
you don't
confirmed.
believe in the Quran, brother. You don't believe in the Quran.
What makes you think I don't believe in the Quran? I believe in
You
the
said
Quran.
you said we can only find the good actions of the messenger from the people, not from the Quran. This is what you said.
No. Listen. I said I just quoted an ayah for you. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ. The Quran talks about the attitude of the prophet, and it says, and I said, well, how can we find some of the actions of the prophet? We can find it from people who he lived with and have
لقد كان
documented
لكم
that.
في رسول الله. Did he say في نبي الله?
Okay, I mean, okay, from my understanding, or not from my understanding, from my knowledge and from where I got it from, I believe it's talking about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
You believe. Now it's not about you can prove. It's about you believe, right?
Yeah, I believe that's what I believe in from what
So
I
you
studied.
cannot convince me with your belief. Then you have to prove to me.
I have to prove. Wait, so wait,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. When the Quran talks about Rasul, you don't believe it's Muhammad. I want to know. Who do you,
I believe it is a Rasul. His duty as a Rasul. He has two duties. ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين. So
yeah,
he
of
had
course.
two duties, not one.
Exactly. That's what
Listen,
I'm
listen,
trying to
oh,
make you understand.
listen to me. Two duties. So if God is speaking to me about one of his duty, I don't need to interchange and put the other duty there. So if God says obey the messenger, I'm only going to obey him on his messengership duty.
But the messenger and Rasul are the same. Is the same person.
Are we talking about the person or the duty? Hello,
No, I'm
listen.
talking about the person because when it talks about Rasul and Nabi, it's talking about a person. So I'm talking when I say لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ, I'm talking about a person here. I'm not talking about the verse. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ. It's talking about a person, from a person. And who is that person? Rasul, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. That's
Amar,
what I'm talking about.
Amar,
Yeah, you're misunderstanding. I don't know. Like you're, because I
Amar,
don't get where you're trying to
Amar,
come at. Because
Amar, please. The heebie-jeebies is too much. I think it's okay. Let's leave it here.
no. Wallah. I'm trying to learn from you. Wallah, bamukadi
Um,
ba.
no. Listen,
Kaka
listen.
yaka.
Quran chapter 10, verse 82. God
Yeah,
says, وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَوْ كَرَهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ.
yeah.
God says he will enforce the truth with his words, not my words, not your words, not anybody's words. وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. So even if the criminals dislike it, God is going to enforce the truth with his words, not my words,
Yeah,
not your.
wallah. Yeah.
So why is that God says Rasul, messenger? You are now trying to concoct another meaning
No,
and
okay,
interpret that.
okay.
Why?
Correctional officer, correctional officer. When I talk about Rasul and Nabi, I take it as Prophet Muhammad. I take it as I'm talking about a person here. So in that instance, I'm talking about a person. Okay, wallahi, I'm trying to learn from you. Wallahi, I'm trying to learn. I'm not gonna lie. I just legit